Hey guys, welcome to another lunchtime review. Today I'm going to try one of these Bertolli Meatball Rigatoni meals. It's rigatoni pasta with meatballs, marinara sauce, and cheese. It looks awesome. I wish it really did look like it. It won't, but it'd be nice if it did. We bought this at Meijer. It was $7.99. This is a big meal though. It's 25 ounces, 1 pound, 9 ounces, or 709 grams. It's like almost like a family meal. Let's see how many servings you get in this thing. I have to turn it straight up for this. There we go. There are 3.5 servings in this container. 1 cup, 209 grams is 330 calories. And here's your other info. Of course, Tammy always puts a really good picture at the end of this. So if you want a better picture, there you can get it from her. Let's see, directions. Turn you back down again. So you can put this in the oven if you want to at 375. Looks like it bakes for 45 minutes, which isn't too bad. Or you can do the microwave. So, and it says for best results, cook in a conventional oven, but we can only do microwaves on this channel. We don't do ovens on this channel. So we're gonna peel back the corner to vent. We're gonna cook on high power for 9 minutes. Don't do anything else to it. And then we're gonna cook on 50% power for 8 to 12 minutes. So you cook on high power for 9, and then immediately put it in there for 8 to 12 minutes on 50% power. And it's just basically saying make sure it's hot. So what I will probably do is 9, and then I'll do 10. I'll just go right in the center, and I'll do 10 minutes on 50% power. So let's see what it looks like. Pull tab. It's always nice. It didn't work, but that's okay. They tried. Just gonna rip it. Just gonna rip it in little sections. It's all right. All right, that's a heavy meal. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 meatballs that I can see on the front. Not a lot of meatballs in there, but you know, whatever. Let's see, they show a picture of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They show a picture of 8, and what I say there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we'll see. We'll see once I get it open. So I'm gonna vent. I'll probably just vent it right here, and I'll get it in the microwave, and I'll be back. Okay, here it is after its long journey in the microwave. It's been a while. It did dry out. I mean, look at these. These are literally, I don't think you could even eat these. Like they're hard and dried up and crispy. There's a couple over here that was the same way. I did not, I followed the direction. Yeah, there's like that one. I can't eat that. Maybe that one might not be edible either. Anyway, I followed the directions entirely. I didn't stir it. I didn't do anything with it. Once the first few minutes were up, I just literally reset the timer for the 10 minutes and went from there. So you did end up getting 8 meatballs right there, and that's the same as the picture on the front of the box. So that's a good thing. And the meatballs, let's cut one in half and see what it's looks like close up. Not too tough, that's good. Some texture there for sure, but not tough or dried out. So I'm gonna take this over the table and we'll give it a try. Okay, so I've got that half meatball I cut in half and a couple of pieces of pasta. I make sure I get the pasta out of the center where it's really good and tender, not on the edges. The flavor's nice. One thing they didn't do was like drown it in sauce, which I like. I like it that it's got sauce, but they didn't like really just like cover the whole thing and like this, it's almost like you're eating soup. They didn't do that, so I'm glad. I'll try one of the meatballs by itself. Yeah, they're beef and pork meatballs. I like the texture of those. They have, like I said, they're really not dry or tough, because I've had some, especially the chicken ones and the turkey ones, they are so dry and tough sometimes. Although I've had some good chicken ones, normally they're dry and tough. These have got plenty of moisture in them, very good and tender. You can tell they didn't put a ton of filler in there. I mean, there's some like breadcrumbs or whatever for filler, but it's not full of them. It's really a really nice texture. And they're very meaty. You really get the beef and the pork flavors and textures out of that. Try some of the pasta by itself. That was a tough piece of pasta. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They show a picture of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They show a picture of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They show a picture of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They show a picture of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They show a picture of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They show a picture of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They show a picture of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They show a picture of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They show a picture of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They show a picture of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They show a picture of 1, 2, 3 I would almost recommend, I like the flavor, but I tell you what, you get one of those pastas on the side where it got dried out, that's tough. I mean, it's hard. The ones in the center are pretty nice, but the ones at the very edge are really like really dried out and stuck together. Like this one, I don't know if I could even eat that. It's not crunchy like you're eating like raw pasta. It's really tough and chewy. So really, my suggestion to you, if you're gonna do this in the microwave, would be to, after that first 9 minutes, peel back the film, stir it up really good, and then put the film back on, and then do the last whatever time you go on, because I think you're gonna dry out your pasta no matter what, if you don't stir it up. Now in the oven, it might be different. I mean, look at this. This is like, it's like literally burnt. And normally I like a little bit of a scorched cheese, but that is scorched sauce and pasta. And I don't like scorched hard pasta, so it's a little different. Yeah, I think stirring it up would help. Put it in the oven, I think would probably not do that as much, although it might. I mean, the oven is a slower cook, so it might not be that bad. But where I said I liked it that it wasn't swimming in sauce, that also has a disadvantage that all your pasta is not really well covered, so the pasta does get dried out and overcooked. So, so it has its positives and negatives, right? So if it had more sauce on there and it had been better covered, you wouldn't have had that issue with the pasta getting dry and burnt up and all that stuff. It would have just cooked it really nice. Or if they'd had you stir it, which is really surprising they didn't have you stir it up a little bit, especially when you're dealing with pasta, sauce, and cheese. Usually a good stir will help fix a lot of those issues about it burning on the sides. Ignoring the dried up pasta parts, the texture is actually really nice. The pasta, excuse me, the pasta is actually cooked really well, except those pieces. It's tender, but it's not mushy, and it's not too hard, not too firm. So the regular parts of the pasta are really, really good. The meatballs have an excellent texture. They're good and meaty. They have plenty of moisture in them. They're not dried up. They didn't use too much filler to where they feel mushy. They're really nice texture. And flavor-wise, it's a good, safe pasta sauce flavor. So, and even the meatballs are good, safe flavor seasoning. So they didn't go spicy, they didn't go hot, they didn't go really super seasoned. They kind of played it safe, which I'm okay with. I'm okay with them playing it safe for more people. The sauce itself has actually got a good flavor. It's not really super sweet. It's not really savory. It's kind of in the middle of tomato sauce. So it's okay. So if you're, they really made this more for that middle person. The one that doesn't like spicy, doesn't like plain, likes kind of something in the middle. That's what this is. So I'm gonna give the meal, you know, if you don't consider the really dry pasta, then I would probably give this a 4 out of 5. Since it did dry out, and that's all up to their directions in their meals. Since it did dry out, probably a good third, not a third, maybe a fourth or a fifth of the meal is just pasta that I can't even eat. That being said, I have to give it a 3.5 out of 5 because it really just didn't work very well. And even if I dropped it down to 8 minutes to cook time, I don't think it would have made any difference because there's just no way to not overcook those edge pieces because you didn't stir it up. So I'm still gonna stick around 3.5, 4, depending on how you wanna look at it. Again, if you do it in the oven, it'll probably be fine. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.